and welcome to Over Radio. I am your host, Kevin Cunningham, and today we have Mr. Tabor Gable. Y'all give it up for Tabor, and let me do how I'm gonna give it up to you, Tabor.
Okay.
We gonna give it up to you. The people want to give it up to you. They gonna.
Hey, there they are.
There they are. They're a little late, but there they are. Give it up for Tabor Gable one more time, y'all.
There they are. There they go.
They love him so much they want to give it again.
I love it.
Oh man. Mr. Gable.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. First thing, let me say thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Absolutely.
At the Over Radio studio. Man, you got some good things going on, don't you?
Trying, yeah.
Man, I tell you what. Your single came out Friday.
That's right. Yeah.
Man,
like it?
I love it. I love it. I love everything about it. So let me start off to tell you what I love about it. First, let me say the cartoon, the artistry in that is phenomenal. I love it.
Thank you. Here's a concept I thought of. Because I don't know if many people know this, but growing up, that was the Peanuts, the Charlie Brown, the whole gang. That was kind of my thing growing up, because that was the first place that jazz and something else I love, which is cartoons and animation, kind of came together. That's like the first show that I knew of where that happened. So I was just like, man, and it just stuck with me. So
you kind of making me feel like Linus was your man.
Linus was a man, for sure. Linus, yeah. And I like the kid with the blanket. What's his name? It was Linus. That was his name, Linus. And then Schroeder too. Schroeder on the piano.
Okay. Well, I got them mixed up then, because I thought Linus was the one on the piano.
Well, no, Linus. Yeah, that was Lucy's. See, I'm getting all deep into it. Linus was Lucy's brother. So he was the one that was always carrying around that blanket.
He was always carrying around the blanket.
And Schroeder.
Got
was
you.
the cat on the keys. Yeah.
Got you. I got the characters mixed up. Yeah, I got them mixed up.
We was in the same vein.
But the artistry in that on your what is the
record.
The front of the
the cover art. Yep.
Thank you, Derek. I had a brain fart.
Oh, good.
But yeah, that is phenomenal, and it looks like you were in that era with the Peanuts gang.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of, just like I said, I just wanted to immerse myself in that culture, that whatever you call it. Just I don't know. I just love. I resonate with that. I really resonate with the Peanuts. I resonate with jazz. I resonate with artistry, animation, cartoons. So that's what.
Footsteps in the Snow.
That's right. Footsteps in the Snow. Yeah.
Listen, that arrangement is awesome.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Tell us a little bit how you came about the arrangement.
Absolutely. So the song originally was called Poor Charlie Brown, but I wanted to get away from that title because I wasn't really feeling the title, and it was kind of slower, and just kind of doing some analytics on my own. People typically tend to listen to like slower, more relaxed music around the holidays. So I was like, this might be a perfect fit for that. So I changed the name. Song would stay the same. I couldn't change the way I wrote it. But song stayed the same. Called these musicians up. We flew up to Hartford in 2021, in May of 2021, and we recorded a couple things. So this is actually part one of three. I've got three singles that are going to be releasing into 2023. So this is part one. And yeah, I got two more on the way.
Okay. Yeah. So the guys that helped you out on this. Can you tell us a little bit about your band?
Absolutely, yeah. On bass, I have a good friend. His name is Waylake Duma Belaper. He's from South Africa.
Okay.
Incredible bassist. He's played all over the world with people like Christian Scott, you name it. He's the guy. Because we're really good friends. And then I've got my friend Jonathan Barber, who hails from the Hartford, Connecticut area. So that's kind of how the whole get in the studio and everything came into
Okay.
play. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So let's move.
Yeah.
I want to ask you.
Uh-huh.
When did you know that you loved music so much that you wanted to become a professional musician?
I figured out pretty early on. Well, I should say my parents figured out pretty early on. I was a kid, and I was sitting at the piano, or I was sitting wanting to be at the piano. I would listen to music, and there was a 2x4 that my parents didn't use, and so they used to put it over there by the fireplace, and I just kind of sit and act like I was, playing the piano or whatever. And my mom, my dad were like, okay, you might got something in them,
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a visual thing. They saw me and I was hearing music because we had a record player in the living room and they pumped music while they were cooking or cleaning or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would just sit there and listen for hours. And that's kind of how the whole journey started.
Yeah. Did you said the record player? Did y'all have one of those record players where you had the big old cabinet?
Oh, you already
on
know.
the TV, then on top of the TV had the. Oh,
you already know it's one of the old school joints.
I was old school for
Yeah,
real, man.
yeah.
Because I remember my grandparents. They had one, and man, it was a piece of the furniture that
Absolutely.
you only move once.
Right. And that, just to get it in there, that's it. You move it in.
You know how people move stuff. I don't like it right there.
Yeah.
Granddad be like, it's staying right there.
Right.
It's too heavy.
Everything move around it, but that's staying.
That piece staying right there. That's staying right there. That's awesome because, when you're growing up and you don't have the things that some people have, like as far as like the musical instruments and stuff like that, you have to improvise.
Yeah.
And that what you did, I'm pretty sure a lot of kids, have done that and still doing it.
Yeah.
You can look on Instagram, TikTok, and see these kids doing those type of things like pretending.
Right.
And if they're not pretending, they have made some like buckets, like Vacial kind of drummers, upcoming drummers, kids, and they have all these cans, buckets, and plates and sticks.
Yeah, I mean, kitchen hardware. Yeah.
Yeah, they're improvising. So
Making it work.
they're making it work.
Yeah.
Making that thing work. I tell you what, I remember I did the same thing coming up. I didn't have all the stuff that I should have had, coming up.
Right.
I used to get 2 coat hangers. I would have some hardback books or magazines, and some pillows, and I would take 2 shoes, 1 pair of shoes, and I would make put my foot on the shoes to make me think that I had a bass drum and a hi-hat.
Yeah.
So there again, that was part of the improvisation.
Yeah.
If that's such a thing I can say.
Yeah.
I did that, and later on, I was, my uncle was blessed. He got a drum set, and I was able to start playing on his drum set.
Yeah. And see, that's part of it. It's not, like you said, it's not uncommon. Like, I think that's even part of the artistry, like seeking out what you're hearing, and I think to be honest, that's something that I'm trying to get back to as a musician. It's kind of just like the overall love for the art, the overall just, I want to do this, not because necessarily, I mean, of course, getting paid to do what you love is good,
right,
but also just seeking out the opportunity for yourself and finding that thing within that you can get to. So again, that's kind of what that whole single was about. It was like kind of going back to that early stage of appreciation, just because it was something I enjoyed. I enjoyed art, I enjoyed music, and again, that was the blend between the two. So
let me ask you: Do you ever think that you will ever venture out? But now, right now, you're rising.
Yeah.
But do you ever think that you'll get to the point where you want to start teaching?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm doing a little bit on the side.
Okay.
So I have a few private students, but I would like to teach at the higher level, and that's kind of what I got my degree in, or got it for, was having a fallback. Like after a certain period of time, I would like to kind of possibly settle down and teach at a university or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Go back to your alma mater.
I don't know if I'll go back. Yeah. It'll probably be, wherever I'm living, wherever I'm blessed to live and start roots and everything. That's probably where I'll go.
Okay. Yeah, start your family and everything.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So let me ask you this. Let's move to your musical education.
Okay. Perfect segue. Yeah. So I guess before I even venture out about me going further than home, I want to make a statement that I learned a lot of my musical development took place here. I got a chance to study with Jerry Coker, Donald Brown, who all at that time lived here and took me on as students. Studied at the Joy of Music School, who kind of organized those meetups. So got the opportunity there, and then from there, through Jerry Coker actually. He took me to a summer camp called the Jamie Abersol Camp in Kentucky, and I met my professor, my soon-to-be professor at the time there. So I was in his combo, and I spent a week playing music, and we were workshopping music. And then he kind of asked me, it was like maybe Friday or Saturday, right before we were about to leave, and he's like, man, what do you think about doing for school? And for the next part of school, I was in high school at the time. He's like, what do you think about doing for college? And I was like, I don't know, because I wasn't really thinking that if I wanted to, but I was like, can I really do music as like a college thing? But he said, I'm gonna give you my contact information. He said, you call me when you start getting serious about what you want to do, as far as what which lane you want to go. I said, okay. A couple months went by. I called him. He said, okay. He said, set up an audition. Everything, went up there and auditioned. And they gave me a full ride to go.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Again, I owe a lot to him, and I think that's the thing is, you just meet people at different stages in your life, and it's like each one kind of helps you get to where you're trying to go. So I really look out for those people. Like I really have a knack for knowing. I'm like, man, this person, they're here for a reason, you know. So let me cultivate and understand and water that relationship.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what would you say to that young boy or that young girl that wants to follow into your footstep, whether if it's on keys, guitar, drums, any instrument? What advice could you give that young boy or girl?
Probably the advice I'm taking now is just don't stop. Because as a musician, as an artist, you have ups and downs. You have peaks and valleys, and sometimes the downs can be pretty low. You know, and that was kind of the thing for me when COVID hit. I lost all my work, and I was like kind of getting to right at the peak of like, I was about to debut my quartet at a venue in New York City. I was like really excited, and man, just everything kind of just dropped off. So the thing I would say is don't stop and keep going. And also in the midst of that, just stay disciplined to whatever art form you're doing. Never stop working, never stop seeking, never stop listening, whatever it may be. If it's artists, the drawing or whatever, just never stop and do your research. Find people that you enjoy their music or their art, and then just keep going for that.
Yeah, like for like when the pandemic hit, or any downtime or whatever, a good thing is to do is to really start working.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. And that's exactly what I did for that single. That's what I did. It was kind of wasn't supposed to, but I hopped on a plane and I said, man, it'll be just three of us, and we're gonna be in different rooms. So I said we'll be doing the 6 feet distance, but I didn't want to stop working. I didn't want to stop my mind, stop my creativity. So I was like, I hopped on a plane. I was like, guys, let's get to work. I can say that now, but I didn't tell anybody when I did it,
Oh, that's all. Hey. But the results here,
Right. Nobody has to know when.
Right. Ain't none of their business.
Yeah, right.
But hey, at that time, mask up, 6 feet.
That's right. Yeah.
And we were.
Everybody was in a different, booth. The piano had a booth. So we were still safe, but just probably wasn't the best time.
Yeah. Well, you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And look where you are now.
Yeah.
the safetyness, everything during the pandemic, it paid off.
It did. Absolutely.
It paid off.
Absolutely.
Hard work pays off. I mean, it's just can we hold
absolutely
the your CD up there?
Yeah.
People, this is his album, Hidden Valley. I mean Hidden Driveways.
Yeah.
I got that Hidden Valley. It's stuck in up in the mountains. But hidden mount, hidden driveway. Come on, get it right, kid. Get it right. Tell us a little bit about your CD there.
Yeah, so Hidden Driveways, it's kind of a nod to some of the things that happen down here. You see these signs on the road that says, beware of hidden driveways. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of just a nod to my development here, but then also a nod to my musical development. So in New York City, I was known as like a sideman doing a lot of jazz, but some hidden places, hidden driveways places I call home as well are places like pop music, like playing music with Steely Dan. I love Michael McDonald, I love Toto, I love Steve, all these different sounds that I just didn't get the opportunity to really venture into as much.
Right.
So this is what this is about. It's like, you guys might know me on one level, but here's some other places I call home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
And I was listening to one of the tracks, and I was like, that sounds like Tabor. But he don't sing. Then I got to listen. I said, that is Tabor.
yeah, I did everything. Yeah. So that's part of my shtick is composer, arranger, and I guess now I'm adding vocalist to the list.
Man, I mean, we had to get you one of the microphones at a British church. Yeah, we had to get you behind on vocals.
Yeah.
But it sounds, everything sounds phenomenal.
Thank you.
I mean, you can tell that the love is there.
Oh, yeah.
The love is definitely there.
Yeah.
Just to let the viewers, we're going to let y'all in our business a little bit that, we do play together.
That's right.
We play together at Bridge Church.
Every Sunday, yeah.
And our we have like one of the best bands in the city.
I believe it.
100%. I'm on drums, Tabor's on keys. You got Chris Marion on bass. Yeah. Kenny Springs is our worship leader. So, and we have a really great praise team. So y'all check us out. That's the Bridge plug.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah.
Check us out Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. But today is Tabor's Day. We're talking about Tabor.
Hey.
Yeah. So Tabor, let me ask you this. What is next for Tabor Gable?
So you heard it here first. So along with me debuting those next two singles next year, I'm also going into the studio in July with the same band. Andrew Renfro on guitar, Kyle Miles at the bass, Jonathan Pinson at the drums. And we're going to put out another record. We're going to record another record and hopefully put it out by the end of 2023. Okay. That's what I'm working on.
All right.
It's funny, like when you're planning for like musical endeavors, you almost have to be like a year ahead. So, and then also, that's another thing, going on tour. I'm going to go out to, with this band, I'm going to Portland. So far, we've got Nashville locked down, 2 days in Portland, and I'm working on getting a couple days in LA too.
Oh, wow.
So, we got a few things.
How long does it take? Like, is that like an ongoing? Because I've never, did anything like what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So, and this may be a dumb question, but how long does it take, or how much time is put into preparing for your next album?
It takes a lot. It's different. The process, well, I'll say specifically the process for this most recent album, Hidden Driveways, I probably wrote anywhere from 30 to 50 tunes. And only 10, or is it 10 or 11? I believe it's 11. Yeah, 11 made it onto the record. So
how do you determine what is out of all that? How do you determine what's gonna make it?
Man, prayer. No, it's just like I don't know. I had to figure out which thing, because for me it's like I like records to kind of. I don't want it just to be a list of songs, but I kind of want this story to be told.
Okay.
So I had to go and find like which was telling, kind of where was the line that went through all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I can't even really describe it. It's just like a feeling, like and even with this record, like if you listen to it, it doesn't feel like you're listening to track by track by track. It's more like it's like an arc. It's like a story, like reading a story. And I think that's a beautiful thing about records. We kind of lost contact with that, but that's why CDs and tangible forms of music are there, because maybe the artist had a story he wanted to tell. And if we are skipping tracks, you might not hear the story in its full. You know what I'm saying? It's like skipping chapters. You might miss a main character or something.
Right.
So,
got you.
but that's kind of that. I'm gonna try and stick to that too for this next one. I guess I've written about 20, so I'm halfway to where I was before. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look here. Right now, we're gonna go to a commercial, and we'll be right back.
Can you say sweet? Sweet. Verdi's baked goods are custom sweet. Now that's sweet.
When it's time to mow the lawn or begin a new construction project, contact the services of B&B Lawn Service. A service for all. Looking for soul into food? Visit and taste the love of Chef Mo.
Welcome back. If you are joining us, we have in the Overhead Studio Mr. Tabor Gable. Give it up for Tabor Gable, y'all. They late again. They late.
No.
There they are. Like I said, if you are just joining us, we have in the hot seat,
Come on.
Mr. Tabor Gable.
Seat's hot.
Well, like I said, we are back, and we're talking to Tabor Gable, and he is a awesome jazz artist, professional artist, and first thing, thank you again. Thank you for coming in, out your busy schedule. And because I know you're busy, brother.
It's good to be here, though, man.
Busy. So we're gonna jump right back into the hot seat with a hot question.
Uh-oh. What's it gonna be?
Mr. Tabor.
Yes, sir.
When, because we know you're busy, and busy musicians, they don't have time for.
I think I know where this is going.
They don't have time for, relationships. How about that? What's your relationship status? And that's like a two-part question. What's your relationship status? And are you planning anytime soon to start a family?
Yeah. Well, that is definitely the plan. Starting a family. And I must say I've been blessed with a lot of amazing friends that are around me, whether they're musical friends or otherwise, that kind of help with the whole process of that, because just meeting different people, different personalities, you start to kind of put together a picture of what you may want in the future. Seeing
Correct.
Somebody that's super empathetic, or seeing somebody that's got a real gusto for wanting to do things, and go for their goals or whatever. So it's just kind of like you just kind of put together the puzzle pieces, excuse me. And as far as that, it's just as a musician, as a traveling musician, that is a really hard ask for somebody else, and it's also a real hard task for yourself, because you're on the road, I think I was on the road 1 year, 8 months out of the year.
Wow.
So to ask somebody to be okay with
Yeah.
that, and I think that's the thing is like you have to understand, not necessarily from your perspective, because it's easy to be like, well, this is what I got to do, this is what I got to do, but then to ask somebody else, and to kind of have to think about that. So, I'm empathetic to that, and I want to make sure that whoever that is,
You have to get I'm getting ready to be silly.
Tell me.
You're gonna have to get one of those background singers and that's on road with you.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'll have to put her in the band, man. Yeah.
She got to come with you.
I'll have to put her in the band. I'll definitely have to put her in the band. Yeah.
So, I asked you that question for a reason. Because I remember as long as I've been playing drums, it's always been it's been an issue a lot of times. I've been in relationships about me playing and why you gotta play so much.
Yeah, that's what I said, it takes a special someone, but I feel like you found that. You definitely found someone that understands.
That and I was gonna get to there.
Okay.
So no, you're good. I was gonna get there. So I remember, so like with my wife, Crystalline, she's a singer.
That's right.
And she's like the first one that had the same interests that I have as far as being musically inclined, and she gets it.
Yeah.
She gets it, and she supported.
That's the word. That's the word.
She supported me wholeheartedly. There was times. Now I was at one time when we got together. I was playing a lot. I was doing some gigs. I was doing a lot of gigs, and there was times that she did not want to go, and she was telling me one time that her mother told her mother that she didn't want to go with me to my gig, and her mother said, "No, you go to that gig." Because you don't want all those other groupies being all up in his face.
That's true.
So she never missed a gig.
Yeah.
So the support. I mean, that support. Musicians, we need that support from our spouses, our girlfriends, or our special friend, what have you. We need that support.
That's true.
It means a lot.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
and just the discipline to, do what you got to do on the road, and make sure that you're disciplined about your own thing too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think with now technology makes it a little bit easier. Now you got the ability to FaceTime, and that helps a little bit.
Be like, like this is my phone. I'm on FaceTime you, and I want you to show me who's around the room.
Oh, shit.
Like, who go to the left.
Oh, man.
Go to the right. Who is she?
State of emergency.
A state of emergency. That's not what my wife did. But I'm just saying what could happen.
Right.
What could happen to that? Why is it so dark in there?
Yo.
Why y'all
martial law?
Why y'all playing those slow jams?
Oh man. Yeah.
That's crazy, but I'm making fun about it, but I'm pretty sure there's some musician out there that's going through that.
Hey, I'm sure.
And I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey.
If that's gonna make that woman, or if it's for the female, if it's gonna make that guy at ease, you better FaceTime. You better do some FaceTime, and you better show who's in that room.
Right. And that's probably how that's how you know it's the one, man. I feel like when you don't have the
do that.
desire, yeah,
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I tell you, man. Now let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any siblings that play?
I do. To be honest, it's gonna sound crazy, but I won't say I'm the dumbest, but I feel like as far as just like being able to go the furthest, it was like it definitely wasn't me, so to speak. Like my sister's super intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
She's real good with numbers. I think she was in dancing. She was swimming. Like she was the jack of all trades. Anything that she put her mind to, she excelled at.
Wow.
And same with my brother. My brother's incredible with technology, with numbers, with communication. He knows how to talk. It's just all these beautiful things about him. So, yeah, like I think I just found my thing, and I think they found their thing and went to and did what they do and still doing what they do. Like my sister, she lives still here in Tennessee. My brother moved to Vermont. But that was to answer your question. Sorry,
Your brother moved to Vermont.
Yeah.
I've been to Vermont.
Yeah.
Driving that truck.
Oh yeah.
Your brother's he's a special guy.
Yeah. Well, I think he moved there, and then he might have moved to like Portland, Maine, not too long ago. But
I've been to Maine too. I got snowed in the blizzard in Maine.
Yeah, but he runs a restaurant up there, man. He's like,
cool.
Yeah, I think it was like a good idea for him to like get everything that he was good at into
cool.
like one thing. So
that's awesome.
Communication, so
that's awesome. I'm just messing about Vermont and Maine now.
No, I've been to Portland, Maine. It is an interesting place.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting, and
But then again, I moved to Hartford, Connecticut. So it's like
I mean,
I can't even judge.
I
moved to the big city.
But the crazy thing is that we talk about Vermont, Maine, and Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
All of that, what happened to me, it happened like going through Connecticut.
Yeah.
Going up that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like that area because I got snowed in. So I don't have nothing good to say about it.
I got you.
But they may have the best, of everything.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
I feel it. Well, and I definitely got snowed in a lot when I lived in Hartford. I think there was one time it was like October, like Halloween, October 31st, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was coming back home from a gig. And, some snowflakes was coming down. I was like, it ain't going to be that bad. Because, it's October. Yeah. And I remember I woke up the next morning. You couldn't even see my car.
Bro.
It was crazy.
I get it.
I was just like, what is this? I
understand because I got a friend of mine. He's from Hartford, Connecticut. And he told me that, they used to ride their snowmobiles to school.
Yeah, I believe it.
Where we have 4-wheelers down here, and the 4-wheelers.
Yeah.
They have not jet skis, but snow skis.
Wow.
Yeah, snowmobiles.
That's crazy, man.
And I was like, I don't want no part of that north weather. Period. I told dispatch, don't ever send me back to Maine. Period.
Yeah.
So
I think they got snow right now. Matter of fact.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I wouldn't doubt it. I did like you. It was I was at I was picking up a load and it started snowing. Flurries.
Yeah.
I went to that probably about a mile down the street, parked, shut down for the night.
Yeah.
And so I could get an early start in the morning.
Yep.
When I woke up,
I heard
it was so much snow.
Wow.
Like when the snow plows up there, they start plowing. They build mounds and mounds of walls, and I couldn't get out.
Wow.
I couldn't get out for 3 days.
Are you serious?
3 days.
Goodness gracious. Wow. I believe it.
3 days. I wanted to I couldn't even plow the truck through the snow.
Man.
It was that much. So, yeah. So yeah.
You know it's about.
Yeah. So, tell us, and we're going to get out of here. We're going to go ahead and I want you to like paint a picture for Tabor Gable, and as far as your next project, how is that project gonna compare to Hidden Driveways? Is it gonna be more like what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, I guess so far what I'm writing, it's just an extension of this, like, and that's the thing is I wear so many hats as far as being a musician. Like it's hard for me to even call myself a jazz musician because where I studied jazz and that was kind of my foundation. That's not everything that I do.
That's not who you are.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a small piece of the pie. And I think that, to be honest, it's what it's always been. But as I've developed more and been in different situations musically, that's just like I'm starting to realize like I play piano and I make music. So if you need me for country, if you need me for jazz, if you need me for hip hop, if you need me for rock, pop, whatever, I think I can definitely. And it's the thing is like it doesn't, and I think it's the same for most. I'm not gonna say I'm special, but I think it's the same for most musicians. They just study. If you can study it and like get a good amount of resources about that style that you have to play, then you can be that.
Yeah.
So that's probably what the next album will be. It's just an extension, even further extension of this.
Wow. Okay.
Like where it's like putting on many hats, but you'll just see more hats that I can put on.
Yeah. and that's great. Displaying everything that you can do.
Yeah.
And picking up more along the way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Tabor, man, I want to say thank you again.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Man, I really do appreciate you coming through. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can't wait to for the next one to come out. Please tell the people how they can get your music.
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram. It's under TABES, THEGABES, and it's Tabes the Gabes. You can follow me. You can go to my website, taborgable.com. You can follow me on Facebook. It's under my name, Tabor Gable. Everything, basically, if you just type in my name on Google, you'll find me.
Yeah.
You'll find me.
Now, how about the single, Footsteps in the Snow?
Footsteps. Yep, it came out this past Friday, December 9th. It's streaming everywhere. The holidays are coming up, both Christmas and New Year's. If you kind of want something to sit around, eat, drink, be merry with your family, this is the perfect single to do that. It's real slow, real nice and easy. Nothing too, it's nothing like the record. If you want to hear something where you got a drive coming up, you want to hear some tunes, definitely check this out. But the single's real nice and easy, just in time for the holidays, I think.
Yeah, and I did that. What's today? Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
I popped it in Friday.
Yeah.
And man, I enjoyed it.
I appreciate it.
I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I'm gonna tell you all how to contact me. I always do. Whether if you do it or not, that's on you. Kevin Overett at gmail.com. Again, that is Kevin Overett at gmail.com. And I am Kevin Cunningham at Overett Radio. Tabor, you got anything else for the people?
Stay tuned.
That's it. Stay tuned, y'all. Look, we're going to get out of here. And until next time, may God bless you.